What is up, guys? Bloodzealous, and welcome back to another house tutorial. Surprisingly, a lot of people have requested a barn tutorial. They want to know how to build a barn. So today, I'm going to teach you how to build a barn. However, this barn is not going to be like your big red barn that you see in all the cartoons. This is going to be more of a realistic barn that you might see out on a farm in the countryside somewhere. So I'm going to do this in two parts. Part one is going to be building the structure itself, and part two, which I hope to have up tomorrow, is going to be all of the decoration and extra things, because if you think about it, with a barn, there's actually a lot you can add to it. So, well, with that being said, let's go ahead and start. I'm on my building world here. You got some things I've been working on that are pretty bad, and we're not going to look at those, but here we go. Barn's going to be made mainly out of these three blocks here. We're going to go ahead and place down an oak log. I'm going to skip a space, place one more, skip 7, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, place one more, and place one more. So that's going to be our entrance. Coming along the side here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. That's going to be the length of our barn. And we can go ahead and mirror that on the other side, like this. And a lot of times when I do these tutorials, I completely forget to check my counting off camera, and then I end up making a huge boo-boo, and it's really bad. If you guys do enjoy today's video, please leave a like. Can we get 150 of them beautiful likes? And I will get part 2 up as soon as I can, hopefully tomorrow. That would be the plan. I just made a rhyme, so take your time to leave a like, because yeah. Anyways, we're gonna make all these pillars go up 5 high. Some of them will go up higher than that at one point, or at some point here. But for now, we're going to make them 5 high because they will all be at least that tall. And this is kind of like, it's not really a medieval barn. I mean, this is the kind of barn you'd see on just, you know, on any farm. Although a lot of times farms or barns now are made out of like aluminum, like aluminum sheet metal. But for a wooden barn, this is your pretty typical wooden barn. It could be medieval, I guess, if you wanted to call it that. I'm trying to stay away from doing a modern tutorial quite yet because I know I do a lot of those. So, yeah. Anyways, that's what you're going to have. There is the beginning of your beautiful barn. Okay, moving on. My second monitor is not actually working right now, so I am literally going back to the other world where I've already built this barn, and I'm taking screenshots, or no, I'm writing down on a piece of paper in pen what I did, and then trying to go ahead and replicate that with what we're doing right now. So, I will probably have to cut a lot because, you know, I don't exactly know what I'm doing. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to have this little design in the front. I was just kind of trying to make something up. A lot of times barns have really big doors, very spacious inside, so we're kind of going for something like that. We're going to go ahead and make this 7 high. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to go up 6 and 7. And then over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7. And I have never had a video where it didn't start raining, and that actually makes me really angry. Every time the rain turns on now, I actually like internally scream a little bit. We'll go ahead and bring this across like so, and that's going to be our main entryway. We can also repeat this design right here, just like that, and then we have the fence, and then we have the log on top. So I'm not entirely sure what goes there yet, but we'll get there. And then what we're going to do is at the height of, I think this is the 5th height, it should be the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, we're going to go ahead and just connect everything. This will be kind of our first layer, and as you can see, it's a lot higher than normal. And what you should end up having is it should meet this layer here with the fence. It should be in line with the fence. A lot of times, or you might think it should line up with that, but it doesn't, and yeah. I feel like my commentary skill has sucked lately. I don't even know why. I feel like I'm really rusty or something, because I try and commentate and I'm just like, and then this happens and this happens and I don't even know. And yeah, so we're going up 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, bring that across, and we got something like this going. Go ahead and replicate that design up there with these back walls here, and I'll get right back to you. So, with most buildings, there's usually one part of a build that really defines what that build is. And what I mean by that is, at the moment, if you were to look at this, you would have no idea what we're building. This could be a house, this could be a shed, this could be someone's garage. Alright, so there's usually one characteristic that defines every build. In this build, it's going to be the roof, because barn roofs are generally very, very obvious. So here's where we get to build that. This is the part you don't want to mess up. What we're going to do is find one block in on this row of 7 going across. We're going to place a block on that, just like so. We're going to place, then we're going to place one here, go kitty corner out like that. Actually, I guess we'll go like that, so it's facing the right direction. So now that shouldn't be connected to anything. We're going to go up by 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then from there, we're going to go across 1, 2, 3, and then theoretically we should be coming down on the same side over here. So this is something I also drew out on my ghetto piece of scratch paper, and I'm not entirely sure I did it right, but we should have something going like that. Should be going across right there. And then on here we're gonna have one block up, and then one block in the middle like that. And what we have there is a beautiful, in theory, thingamabobber. So let's go ahead and bring this across. This is something I'm not entirely sure I did in the last one, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use a lot of fences in this build to fill in windows and stuff, because most barns don't really have windows. So you should have a shape like that. And now we see how this might actually be a barn. Then also what we're gonna do is we're gonna start our roof, and I'm not gonna go very far into the roof because I'm not entirely sure. So actually, let's just not. I don't want to confuse anyone. So go ahead and mirror that on the backside perfectly, and then we'll get on to the roof. This whole roofing part was really hard to draw on my piece of scratch paper, so hopefully I don't mess this up. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our wooden stairs. We're gonna start here, 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 and here, all the way. Oopsies, all the way up like that. And then we're going to have another pair of stairs here, here, and here. I googled barn images, and a lot of barns had this kind of second part that goes up. So that's what we're trying to imitate here. Now let me go ahead and grab a wooden half slab. I forgot we're gonna need one of those. That'll just crop off the top, just like so. Okay, so a lot of barns have very pointy roofs, and that's the part that's gonna really make this barn. So what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna go ahead and place a stair right there, and then we're gonna have half slabs coming across 1, 2, and 3. And they're just gonna cover up that thing we made, so don't even worry about that. Now, here's where the pointy roof comes in. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, oopsies, gotta make sure we extend these. And I've done this style of roof before. I did this on that winter cabin a long time ago, and it looks really cool if you do it right. So we're just gonna have these come out all the way, and I'm just gonna do this live, and because I think I can get it right a second time in a row, I think. This is gonna come out like that, this is gonna come out like that, this is gonna come out like that, and we have to do a little bit more to make it not suck. But that's gonna be the general idea, and then that's gonna come out like that. Okay, and then we're gonna go down the other side with our stairs too, so it's gonna go like that, obviously, just like so. And let me go ahead and build this out, and then show you the details we have to add. All right, so what we have is something that looks a little bit like this, and that's almost a cool roof, but it's not quite there yet. It is missing a couple things. So what we're gonna do is take half slabs, and first we're gonna place them in all of these corners here. And these are gonna thicken the roof a little bit. What I really hate is when you have these connection points, like say if I did something like this and you have these connection points right there that are super thin. I really hate looking at that, so I try and avoid that as much as possible. So that's what those are gonna do right there. Then what we're gonna do is this is going to come out like that on its own. And that leaves us with one of those points right there, which we can't do a whole lot about. I think what I did in the original build is I actually extended this like that a little bit. So the top of your roof doesn't quite match the pattern of these sides here, but it works out pretty well, and it looks a lot more solid. So what we end up with is a shape like that. Let me go ahead and just on camera try and do this roof here without messing anything up too bad. It's going to follow the same pattern, of course, but a lot simpler because it's a lot smaller. So we have our stair pieces going up like this. We're going to come out none, 1, 1, and then 2, and then 3 is going to be this piece right here. And you can go ahead, and I think we can do the same thing as well on those two spots like that, and right there. Oops, he's not right there. And there we go. So we have the top roof done as well, and that's going to be awesome. Now go ahead, and you're going to mirror that on this side. So you're going to do the exact same thing on this side, and then all you're going to do is bring all of the roof pieces straight across, which means using a lot of stairs. It's going to be really annoying, but I'll show you what I mean when I'm done. I think you understand what I mean. You're just going to bring everything across so it connects with the stuff on this side, and then you're done with the roof. Okie dokie, after about half an hour of placing the most annoying block in Minecraft, which is stairs, and killing a couple more rainstorms, I finally finished the roof. So what you should have is something that looks a little bit like this. Now what we get to do is some of the final steps of today's part of the build, which is going to be to bring this across here, like, oopsies, like this. This is going to be what we base our second floor on. Or it's not really a second floor, it's just a second portion of the build. So this is going to be what we base the second part on. The reason it's not a second floor is it's going to remain open here. It's a little dark in here. Hopefully everything is seen. And then we can actually bring it across here too, because we're going to have some windows that are about too high. So we're going to bring those across on each side like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to follow the pattern that we set down below here with these pillars here. So we're going to bring it up and across. Then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So theoretically there's a pillar down there. Yep. And we're good. These are going to be our beautiful pillars. And when I first did this, I was really hoping we could have square windows up top, but the way we counted this build out, it's not going to work to have square windows, so we're going to have windows of 3. So you can go ahead and fill in the sides like this a little bit, and then fence windows like so. And this is kind of the second part of our barn. A lot of light will come in through here as well. And then I'll do actual lighting in episode 2, which will be up again hopefully tomorrow, depending on if I have time to record it, hopefully. But yeah, that's the plan. Now, one last thing we want to do here, just to add in a little bit of detail, is we want to make these cool little windows you can do. And we're going to make them right about this height right here. So let's get in line with this this pillar here. We're going to break 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll do it again right here, 1, 2, and 3. So it should be right between this pillar here. Alright, that's perfect. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go on the inside, we're going to place some wood down like this, and we're going to place wood down like this. And it won't look that weird from the inside, honestly, so do not even worry about that. Coming back to the outside here, we can take half slabs. Those will come across like this, and like this, like that. This will become a plank of wood, as well as this, and this, and this. And then we just throw in fences in the middle. And then we have these nice little roof windows, I guess is what you could call them, something like that. Also, the last thing you're going to do, I did not get fancy on the sides at all. The sides are just solid wood for now. When we get into the decorating stage of the build, I may add something to them, but for now, you're just going to make some solid walls. So there's one last step to this barn when you're done with filling in all of your walls, when you're done with making these 2 roof windows, and when you're done with making the upper windows. So go ahead and do all that on the other side, and then I'll show you the last step. Now, the final step to our beautiful farm build here is going to be making a little bit of an overhang on each side, which a lot of barns, I found out, happen to have. So we're going to have a stair here. We're going to have 2 half slabs. I'm going to come down a half slab. 1, 2, 3, 4 half slabs. Come down 1 more half slab like that. And then 1, 2, 3. So we have this kind of overhang. That's the idea, at least. We're going to go across. I hope you can't hear my dogs barking. I really wish they'd shut up. I'm about to strangle one of them. But anyways, you have this shape going on. Now we're going to fill it across the back, but we're only going to fill in these corners here. So let me try and describe that. Basically, we're not going to fill in these 2 pieces here. Those are just there so that on the outside we don't have one of those stupid corner shapes that I said I really don't like. So take a second to look at that as you can see what we're going to fill across. We're going to do the same thing, bring it across, and then you're just going to replicate that on this side. Then you're going to replicate the whole thing on this side. So let me go ahead and do that, show you what it looks like, and then we'll wrap up today's episode. Okay guys, we are done with the barn structure itself. You should have something that looks a little bit like this. And I gotta say, I'm quite proud of it. I think in terms of actually trying to build a barn that looks like a barn, it really does a good job. A lot of times my builds look nice, but they don't always look exactly like what they're supposed to. Like the restaurant right there could be a house, it could be something else. That church over there, if there wasn't a cross on it, you wouldn't even know it was a church. It could just be a building. But this is pretty obviously a barn. I missed a spot, oopsies. This is pretty obviously a barn though, so I gotta say I'm quite proud with how it turned out. Tomorrow, or as soon as possible, I will upload the sequel, and we're gonna decorate it. We're gonna add some indoor kind of decorations here to make it look a little more barn-like. We're gonna have some fun because there's a lot we can do to make this look better. So do leave your like. I will upload that video as soon as possible, and the more likes we can get on this, the more likely I am to upload it sooner. Other than that though, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed this barn tutorial, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.